People are killed silently and they are massacred innocently and silently and ignorantly because no one is fighting for them and no one is there to save. I would like to tell people these truths that you have to be careful where you go to church. You have to be very, very careful where you fellowship. There are so many people that have powers. They say they have God's powers and they pray for people. But once you enter into their circle and you try to run out of that circle, they then try to kill you, especially if you try to fight to save lives. We have so many occultic churches in Uganda, especially those that are mega. You know, they talk about money, they talk about, they mind things that perish, cars, money, and they, brag a lot and they know people's secrets. We have so many of those kind. So we have to be very careful where we fellowship. I'm warning people to avoid such churches, avoid people that don't teach truth, people that don't stop sin in church. They don't stop sin in church. They know people's secrets. Like, say yesterday you had a banana, and then somebody stands and says, oh, there's someone here, you had a banana yesterday. Also, for instance, I'm going to give you an example. Oh, first of all, let me tell you this. There is a false Christ, okay? And Lucifer is the false Christ and Satan is the false Christ. And so many people are serving him because of money. For me, I said, no, I'm not going to have a church until when the battle is over. Remember, I ran away from my church. And the truth of the matter is, yes, in my life there was sin, but there was these false prophets. A woman told me, give me $1 million shillings in exchange of a dress. She's the same woman who prayed for me when I was like 9 years old, and she came to my mom. And so they support immorality. They pray that you get husbands and what. There are so many false prophets, and they are taking people down to hell. So if you want to overcome those things, see the book of Matthew chapter 7, 2 Peter chapter 2. And if they are forcing you to start a church and they are threatening you, or when you start preaching, your problems are going to vanish. No, that is a lie. If you're working, continue working. I owned a real estate company, but they stopped me and they began to force me to preach and be a prophet. I said no. And they tried to connect you to all those pastors and prophets. And the end result is what? Problems and pain and sorrow. My children have suffered and have suffered. But for me, as Rachel Gayla, I know Revelation 2:20, I know 2 Peter 2, I know Proverbs about working hard, and I know those people. Those are occultic churches. They are deceiving you. Go and read the Bible for yourself and run away from those churches, because they are occultic pastors, they are occultic churches, and they are there to mislead our